So what's the deal with Goku's animalistic growling and screaming when he's in Ultra Instinct? If you pay attention real close to Dragon Ball Super, not just episode 129, but when he was doing Ultra Instinct Omen, you can hear a second voice behind Goku growling. Like, sort of like when he was in Great Ape form. What does this mean? Is it some kind of secret that Dragon Ball Super is hinting at for what really may be going on, or is it just a stylistic representation of Goku losing control or Goku attaining an incredible amount of power and the creators of Dragon Ball Super using that as a sound effect to let the audience know that Goku is a savage? Well, to get the answer to this question, you have to go back and look at the history of Dragon Ball and realize that this is not the first time this has happened. In fact, this has happened several times throughout Dragon Ball. But one thing I've noticed is that a lot of folks watching Super nowadays haven't watched the old series in quite some time. Many of them only saw it dubbed, and many of them have never seen it at all. And that's why I always recommend going back and rewatching the old Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z before watching Super. It's very strange to me that people watch it out of order, because a lot of the references in Dragon Ball Super, a lot of the nuances and a lot of the things that happen in Super are references to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So I just feel like some people out there who started with Super are lost. I mean, I can't even blame them for being lost, which is why you have to go in order and start with Dragon Ball, then Z, and then Super if you want to do that, or watch GT. That's entirely up to you. But let's talk about the growling. So first and foremost, one has to understand this is not the first time we've seen this effect before. I've seen all kinds of crazy theories out there. There's a theory that Goku was possessed by Yamoshi, the original Super Saiyan God, and Yamoshi speaking through him. There's absolutely no evidence to this whatsoever in the series. There's zero evidence. It's complete fan fiction and fan service that some fan made up, and people, I guess, believed it. No, there is no Yamoshi inside of Goku. There's no secret, entity. Goku Black and Zamasu did not take over Goku's body. None of that stuff happened. That's all nonsense. That's all BS. What this actually is something that has been done before, and it is indeed a stylistic choice made by the Dragon Ball Super producers, specifically the sound engineer Mutsuhiro Nishimura from Fizz Sound, and even more specifically, the audio director Yasunori Honda. Now, Yasunori Honda worked on Dragon Ball Super, but he's not the original Dragon Ball sound effect guy. That is the legendary Hidenori Arai, who unfortunately did not come back for Dragon Ball Super, which is why the sound effects in Dragon Ball and Z don't sound quite the same. But they both have very similar ideas. Now, I'm going to take you back to classic Dragon Ball. This idea of Goku screaming and having another voice underneath him has been done before many times. One example was when Goku fought Piccolo and he's about to kill Piccolo with the big punch. You see the silhouette of like a great ape beneath him, and you hear the roar. You hear Goku's voice change to the great ape roar. This is meant to tell the audience not that Goku was transforming into the great ape, but that Goku is channeling his inner power that is harnessed through the power of being a great ape all the way back in Dragon Ball, and put everything into his fist to defeat Piccolo, which is why when people call this the Dragon Fist, it makes me pull my hair out. This is not the Dragon Fist. This is a totally different move. We didn't even see the Dragon Fist until the 13th Dragon Ball Z movie where they fought Hirudegarn. That's the first time we ever saw Dragon Fist. This is a totally different move. It's still a very powerful fist though, and Goku and the producers of the series chose to show you that by playing the sound effect of a great ape. Also, if you watch the Japanese version of when Goku transforms to a Super Saiyan against Frieza, Dragon Ball Z episode 95, even though Masako Nozawa is known to have somewhat of a high-pitched voice for Goku, when she roars to become a Super Saiyan, it changes into a deeper, grovelly voice for that one scene. Once again, they're talking about the savagery and the fact that Goku is losing control of himself. That's why he roars. Then, if you go to the scene in the Buu arc when Goku goes SS3, same principle. They actually show the roar of the Uzaru behind Goku. and we see Goku transforming into Super Saiyan 3 because the series uses this roar to tell the audience that Goku is surpassing his limitations and finding a new form of power for him as a Saiyan. In fact, if you watch, and this is kind of hard to pick up on, okay? I don't blame you if you missed this detail because, look, I have watched this scene probably 1,000 times in my life, and I didn't even realize this until recently, like maybe a few years ago. When Gohan turns SS2 in the Japanese version, if you listen very carefully, when Gohan screams, you can hear in the background very faintly, once again, that roar, that Uzaru roar. This is something that Dragon Ball has done from the beginning. And so when you see Goku using Ultra Instinct, having the double voice, no, it's not some kind of secret that he's got some spirit dude inside of him, pause, or anything like that. It's just a production effect that they've always done in the Japanese version to kind of tell the audience, again, this is Goku being a savage, unleashing his power. So don't believe the BS theories. Look into the series. And most importantly, if you haven't seen classic Dragon Ball and Z, watch it. Just trust me on this one. Don't fight with me on it. Watch it in Japanese at least once. I don't care if you like Sean Shelmel more. That's fine. You can like whatever you want. I'm cool with all of you. I love Dragon Ball, but I feel like in order to get a grasp on the real series, you got to watch it in Japanese at least once so that you see sort of the production differences, the script changes, and you pick up on, references like this because it is important. It's just the original version anyways. So that's what I have for today. Thank you so very much. And I'll talk to y'all really, really soon. I hope you have a great day. And remember to take care of yourself and each other.